Part of maturing is realizing that it doesn't matter how good a man is or how kind a man is if you two share fundamentally different core values, priorities, and lifestyles. One of my favorite examples of this is with Carrie and Aiden from Sex and the City versus with Carrie and Big from Sex and the City. So let's get into it. So let's start off with the archetype mismatch, and that is with Carrie and Aiden. Aiden specifically represents the father masculine archetype. Carrie is a queen archetype woman, and these two want fundamentally different lives. One of Aiden's biggest priorities is to settle down and start a family, partially living life in the city and in the countryside. Another hallmark of the father archetype man that we see in Aiden is that he is very sensitive and he has these really intense emotions and a lot of emotional depth, and Carrie just can't match him on that level. And even though they have obvious chemistry and attraction towards each other, and even though Aiden is technically a good guy with a few flaws, but no one's perfect, Aiden made multiple attempts to try to mold Carrie into his ideal partner, which was the source of a lot of their conflict. And every time Carrie felt forced into the role of a more mother archetype woman, which is the kind of woman that would actually be a good match for Aiden, she felt like she was really compromising on her identity and her core values and her lifestyle. Their visions for what the perfect lifestyle is and for what their ideal future is just too much of a mismatch. Let's move on to Mr. Big, who is a king archetype man, which is the perfect match for a queen archetype woman. I'm not saying their relationship is perfect, but they share similar lifestyles, priorities, ideals, values, and mindsets. Both king archetype men and queen archetype women desire big, exciting lives, and they're building separate empires that they could theoretically rule over together. Carrie and Big share this very deep love of being visible. They love being out and about. They love having status. They love being in the upper echelons of society. And I know that might seem very surface level, but it really is indicative of their deeper core values and interests. They like going out. They like dressing up. They like being at the latest hotspots. Do they have a lot of work to do on their relationship in order to really be a match made in heaven? Yes, absolutely. When it really comes down to it, who they are at their core is a much more cohesive match than with Carrie and Aiden. If you want to learn more about the types of men that each of the 7 feminine archetypes attract, and out of those men that you attract, which ones are actually a good match for you in the long run, you would absolutely love my Feminine Archetypes Masterclass course, which you can find on my website, thedreamgirlacademy.com, or you can find it at the link in my bio. I am here to empower you with knowledge that will help you find long-lasting partnership.